I'll start with one that's probably the most easily identifiable, and that is dandelion. And I'll pass a few of these around so you can see. They come in very different shapes and sizes, of course. Sometimes you'll find that the leaves stick out more, the triangles really pop from the stem. Sometimes they're very intermittent or very spaced out depending on the time of year or how healthy the plant is. There's one really, really easy universal way to distinguish whether or not it's a dandelion or, say, wild lettuce or cat's ear or anything else that is also edible but slightly different. You'll notice that the stem is completely smooth. There are no hairs on either side of the plant, and there are no spikes on the stem itself. So if you can run your finger down the stem and there's nothing on it, you know you have dandelion as long as it looks like that. Of course, the flower is a dead giveaway, but there are some lookalikes such as chicory or wild lettuce or sow thistle that all have very similar yellow flowers. So the main thing to keep in mind is that smooth backing and, of course, the giveaway of the flower itself. The milky sap is found on a number of edible plants. It's not poisonous, despite what you may have been told as a child, and it is very, very, very nutritionally dense. It has a very nice purgative quality on the liver. It's high in vitamins A, and actually we'll read off exactly what they're good for.
How do you utilize that? Because dandelion burdock is like a drink that they would have a lot in England for that reason.
Yeah, as an herbal purge. Well, the nice thing is it's very bitter, so the taste profile is very strong. It's almost pungent. So if you combine it with a protein, like if it's tempeh if you're vegetarian, or a steak if you're not, it acts.
To make a burdock, to make a liquid, like.
Oh, to make a tincture or an extract. Yeah. Right. There's two ways. There's a carbohydrate or water extract that you can do, and that means taking the plant and just putting it in water and boiling it. You'll get the sugars from the plant. Or you can put it in an alcohol, and that's called a lipid extract. That'll pull the fat soluble compounds from the plant out, and that's generally more potent.
So just stick it in alcohol and then drink it.
You want to leave it for a little while, or even slightly heat it just a little bit. But yes, generally. You can find tincture recipes online, and depending on the potency, if you want like a 40-to-1 or 10-to-1 or 5-to-1, whatever it might be, you'll find tons of recipes online.
Can I ask, are the lookalikes also edible?
For the most part, yeah. I don't think you'll find one that... I've never encountered a dandelion lookalike that's poisonous.
So if you make a mistake, what's your...
The only mistake you need to worry about is if you're sourcing watercress from an area that has contamination in the water table. That would be something to watch out for. But no, I haven't found anything that's classified as non-edible that's a lookalike for dandelion. So that's the one I like to start with because it's so universally edible. I will just read off the entire medicinal and edible benefits of it really quickly. So it's rich in vitamins, and this is amazing. You'll kind of know kale as being rich in vitamin K and minerals and things like that, but when you hear some of the benefits of these plants, it really puts things in perspective. So dandelion, the leaves, flowers, stems, and roots are all edible. It's rich in vitamins A, C, E, K, copper, phosphorus, potassium, iron, calcium, sodium, and magnesium. It's used to treat obstructions of the organs. It helps diabetics reduce their blood sugar levels, and it stimulates bile production and the whole digestive process as well. So just a simple little weed does all of those things, which is really interesting. The other thing is when I mention any metals or any minerals, I should say, in the plant, it's dependent on the soil it's growing in. So if you grow something in a soil devoid of copper or magnesium, you're not going to have that in your plant. So that's one more thing to keep in mind.